Hi everyone. Let's take a look at another Black Panther set. So this is set number 76214, and it has 545 pieces and retails for £80 in UK and $90 in the US. So I think right from the off, the one thing that people will be really concerned about is the price because it looks really high. And given the number of pieces in this set, it does look a little bit overpriced. And I have to say, the shape of this set on first impression doesn't really change that for the better, because obviously the overall design, like, it's supposed to look sleek, but um it's also quite simple as well. So it just looks like a lump of sort of submarine slash battleship sort of thing. And well, it doesn't look that great, honestly. The minifigures looks pretty good, and also there are two of these drones which would provide pretty good play value. um but the reality is that there are only 500 something pieces, and this thing doesn't look particularly massive, and the price is pretty staggering. So nothing wrong with the box art. Again, it's just Marvel type of box art, similar to the Eternals and other Marvel theme sets. So let's take a look at the 360. Yeah, again, it doesn't look particularly large, to be honest. Now, to be fair, it should be a pretty wide ship. So there are how many studs? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10 studs wide. So of course, no, without counting the front of the ship, right? Which is a little bit angled. At least you have some sort of interior space. Well, not fully covered up, but at least it's something. And uh, well, we'll see whether there's any interior. But yeah, I mean, I don't suppose there's a full interior down below. There's a hatch, so there's definitely something down there. And there's some tools as well. That looks good. So yeah, there's definitely a little bit of room, but it doesn't seem to me that there is a lot of room, to be honest. And then yes, that's the flyer. Okay. Yeah, so this shows you like approximately what the dimensions would be. And yeah, it is not massive. It's definitely not massive, especially considering the price. So yeah, honestly, now this is first impression, obviously. So I think a fair assessment can only be made once someone has this in hand and really take a good look at it. But my first impression is not that positive, because the only thing about this set that really intrigues me as an adult collector is the availability of 5 minifigures, which is good for this price point. Not great, but good, and especially when you have some pretty interesting characters, as well as the main characters. They're all there. Kingdom Moore is also there. Okay, there's a jail. So that compartment is supposed to be a jail, right? Probably not. Probably somewhere in front, I suppose. Let's take a look. Yeah, maybe somewhere here. I don't know. I mean, the available pictures don't really show you a lot. I hope there's more interior space, though. This is this is supposed to be a jail cell, right? Okay. And then there's supposedly some storage compartment, which I hope is also something down below. If not, then well, that's a little bit rough, right? Because that would be just be a glorified boat, and it can't float, obviously. So yeah, I mean, well, again, it depends on the source material. If this is a fantastic, if it turned out to be a fantastic movie, uh, and everyone's shouting Wakanda forever, then this set might be more highly sought after, more attractive to most fans. But as things stand, I think the price really kills it, because like £80 for 500 something pieces is not great. And also, the most important thing is that the thing itself, the ship slash, yeah, I think it's a ship now, right? A battleship. It's not a submarine, it's a battleship. But the thing itself doesn't look very great. And as a non-child collector, I'm not particularly interested in these drones. They don't look great. They look the whole thing looks simplistic. They look like toy more than anything, which is fine because Lego is toy. But then if you're looking for a little bit more sophistication, something more aesthetically pleasing, okay, maybe you like that shape, but personally I don't. I think now the fact that there are a lot of studs on the surface doesn't bother me that much because this is Lego, but it does contribute to the notion that this looks a little bit unfinished for whatever reason. Honestly, I think it looks good. It looks decent, but maybe it's because of the price that naturally you would sort of increase the expectation of how sophisticated it has to look. And I really don't think this set hits the mark. I could be wrong because you can always see the photos, the rendering, and sometimes they don't really give you the full picture of what's like. Sometimes you have to hold it in your hand, feel the weight, look at the minifigs. Sometimes they look really, really good that they cover up all the other flaws with the model. But as it stands, I'm not particularly interested. I wouldn't be picking it up. I would even think about it even when there's a huge sale, because this simply does not intrigue me. You can get some of these figures in other sets. Not all of them, I think. Maybe these two, for instance, I'm not sure. Maybe they are exclusive to this set. There isn't a lot of available information about this yet, but I suppose we'll have to wait for reviews and stuff. But personally, I wouldn't be buying it because to me, it's just way too expensive unless there's an interior down there. If there's an interior down there, then great. But the fact is, if I can spend a similar amount of money on the Inquisitor ship, so why would I spend the money here, right? Because that Star Wars ship is leaps and miles ahead of this, honestly. Like, both of them are black, and they look a little bit similar, to be honest. But this thing does not look half as appealing, honestly. It just looks like a glorified boat, which is probably what it intends to be anyway. It's good for kids, I think, especially when you have two of these flyers and you can, do all sorts of battles and execute all sorts of play ideas. But ultimately, as a collection model, it does not hit the mark, obviously, because it's not supposed to be that. And also the price is just too high. So that's my initial thoughts. And thank you for watching.